This week on No Limits Fishing.
Blakely, you got one. You're doing good. Keep going. Hard. Whoa! Good job. Not too sure about this first fish. Alright guys, are you all ready? This is Braden and Blakely. Are you guys ready to go fishing today?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, you get fired up, excited? We're going to go catch some big fish this morning. What do you think? Ready to go?
He's holding it.
Yeah. What you got right here?
A fishing pole.
Is that your fishing pole?
Yeah.
This right here is a Ocean Isle Fishing Center original Dora the Explorer fishing pole, and this is Blakely's first fishing rod, and today is Blakely's first fishing trip. All right, Blakely, well, I'm glad I get to go on that. Braden, are you glad you get to go on Blakely's first trip? Are you gonna help her out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She wants to real fishing with her rod.
Yeah?
Help her with it.
Are you gonna help her out? Good. Okay. Well, today, let me tell you guys what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out and we're gonna try to catch some Spanish mackerel, okay? Have you ever caught a Spanish mackerel before, Braden?
Yes.
Yes. But Blakely, this is your first trip, right? Are you gonna let Braden help you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to catch some Spanish mackerel, and we're gonna use some fishing lures. It is a beautiful day, and I'm looking forward to going fishing with you guys. All right?
We already is.
All right, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay guys, so today we're going Spanish mackerel fishing, and we want to catch fish, but I also want you guys to learn how to catch them, okay? So I want to show you the bait that we're going to be using. This is the fishing lure right here. What does that look like to you?
A squid.
A squid? What do you think, Blakely? A squid? How about a little teeny fish? Does it look maybe like a little fish if I flash it back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe? So what this is called a Clark spoon. And what we do is we pull this behind the boat kind of fast, and when we do, it flashes back and forth real fast, and it looks like a little teeny minnow trying to get away from the Spanish mackerel. And so what we hope is that the Spanish mackerel sees this, and when he bites it, what do you think happens?
He'll pull really hard.
He'll get hooked. Look right there. See the hook? And when you hook him, then what do?
We bring him up.
We bring him in. We bring him in, and then we catch him and we cook him for dinner, right?
Yep.
So on our Clark spoon, we use a leader. This is 20-pound leader, and we usually use about 20 to 25 feet of leader. But then in front of it, look at this weird looking thing right there.
Planer.
That is a planer. Good job. Blakely, that's called a planer. And what this does is, what does it do, Braden?
It attracts the Spanish mackerel.
It attracts them? Yes, it does, but it does something else too. Do you know what else it does?
It bites them, but
Yeah, it scared them. What it does is it makes this little Clark spoon go down deep in the water. Because sometimes the Spanish mackerel aren't right on top. Sometimes they're down deep in the water, right?
Scary.
Yeah. So can you picture them swimming down deep under the water, and this planer goes by them with the spoon behind it, and then they see it, and then they jump on it and bite it, and you get to wind them in.
Or will they bite a starfish?
Will they bite a starfish? I'm not sure if they're gonna bite the Dora Explorer starfish, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's how we do it. We fish with the planer and the Clark spoon. And one other thing, guys, Brayden, refocus. If we don't use a planer, then we use a weight, and this catches them near the top of the water. But this is what we'll be using, and we have to troll around to try to find the schools of them, and we'll see if we can catch any. Okay, guys? You ready? Is everybody ready? Okay, here we go. So one thing we're gonna do today while we're Spanish mackerel fishing, when you're pulling a Clark spoon that Brant was showing earlier, that Clark spoon tends to spin a lot. And so in order to avoid spinning up your line and getting kinks all through your line, we use a snap swivel. That way it can rotate. This thing spins, so all that's spinning is your swivel and not your line. So that's super important if you want to be able to use your line again after you pull Clark spoons. So we'll tie one of these on. Be ready to go. Get a swivel to planer. Last step will be the Clark spoon. All set. Trolling for Spanish mackerel probably isn't the most exciting sport fishing adventure that we've ever done, but you always got to try to make things a little interesting. So what we'll do here, we've got just standard Clark spoons out right now behind the boat, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this one out too. This is called, I don't know the official name, I call it a Christmas tree rig, but basically it's a rig with about 5 hooks on it, so the idea is that maybe you can catch more than one at a time. Fish on, guys! Fish on! We got one on! We got one on! We got a fish! Blakely! Brayden, get back here! Come here! Blakely, this is your first fish! Quick! Wait, Brayden, get in, baby! Wait, Brayden. Hang on, don't get out of the boat. Alright, you right here? Okay, reel it, turn it, okay? Let her daddy help her. You just stay right here for support. Good job. Go. Crank it in, Blakely. You got one. You're doing good. Keep going. Is it hard? Got one right away. Can you believe it? Is it hard? Getting closer. Keep going. A little bit further. All right, Brayden. We got a job. I see it. Keep going, Blakely. Now you hand the rod to me and Brayden, and you guys pull it in. Wait a minute, you're not done yet, Blakely. Yeah, all right, grab the line, baby. Pull it. Can you hold this line? Here, pull. Pull, Brayden, you help her pull. Everybody pull. We got everybody pull. Pull. Whoa. Blakely, look at your fish. All right. You don't need it? That's called a Spanish mackerel. It's okay, Blakely, come here.
I go.
Oh, she's running. What happened? Blakely, come, you don't want to get near your fish? It's okay, come here. Let me show you your fish. It's really neat. Come look at it. Your daddy's got it.
I know it for you, Barrett. I got it.
Wait a minute. Let's let Barrett show Blakely her very first fish. Yeah. Good job. Not too sure about this first fish. Blakely's very first fish.
Good job, Blakely. Way to go. All right, you caught dinner for us. Can I touch him? All right, got a little excited there. Caught one in the boat. Pure pandemonium on board. But back to what I was mentioning earlier is to spice things up a little bit, put this Christmas tree rig out. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 hooks on it. So we're gonna try to see if we can't catch more than one Spanish mackerel at a time. We'll fish this one on top, way back behind everything else. No Limits Fishing is brought to you by... There's no better place than the one you call home. It's where memories are made and futures are planned. Doesn't your home deserve the right protection? Stop by or call Allstate agent Rusty Russ at 910-754-6596 to talk about home insurance today and let the good life in.
Yeti coolers are built to take the rugged abuse that comes with the way we work and play. These grizzly-proof ice chests are virtually indestructible. With thicker walls, more than twice the insulation, they outperform the competition. And keeping things cold is what Yeti Cooler is all about. Yeti Coolers. Wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Marine Service Center of Little River, offering sales and service for Yamaha, Contender, Pathfinder, Hughes, Maverick, Carolina Skiff, and other top-of-the-line brands. Visit us online or off Highway 9 outside of Little River.
Fulford Heating and AC is a third-generation family-owned company going on our 40th year servicing Brunswick County. We have been voted Brunswick County's best HVAC company 5 years running and tops in customer service. Fulford Heating and AC has been selling warmer winters and cool summers since 1974. Now, back to more No Limits Fishing.
All right, one thing that I always encourage people who are Spanish mackerel fishing to do is to not just be single-minded. Think about other opportunities while you're Spanish mackerel fishing. And it is a fact that the #1 food fish for big king mackerel are Spanish mackerel. So naturally, if we're out here catching Spanish mackerel, then there's got to be a big king mackerel somewhere around. Always. There is always at least a big king mackerel somewhere. And so what I like to do is fish some kind of a large bait targeting the king mackerel out behind my Spanish mackerel spread so that I'm doing two things at one time. Now certainly every time I go Spanish mackerel fishing I am not going to catch a big king mackerel, but every now and again, 1 in 5 trips, I will get a really big bite and hopefully be able to capitalize on it. There's a variety of different lures that you can use in your spread. This is just a good old-fashioned drone spoon. I mean, this is age-old commercial style king mackerel lure, and I can let this way back on top and it'll fish above and behind all of my Spanish mackerel stuff so it doesn't interfere with anything that I'm doing to try to catch Spanish. Other good ways to fish, cedar plugs work well. You can even rig a ballyhoo just like your Gulf Stream fishing with a skirt over front of it. But anyway, that is a style of fishing you should really try. Just fish it on a rod a little bit heavier. I've got this on a TLD 30, TLD 25, something with a little heavier line, 30 to 50, because you are using some lures that are going to need a little bit of pressure to set the hook. But I highly encourage you fishing something to try to help you target the large king mackerel that are bound to be swimming around these Spanish. We got him on! Come back here, Brayden, quick! Alright, here we go, Brayden, he's right here. Alright, I got you. Here you go. Jump out of the boat to catch this one. Blakely, we got one on over here. Brayden's gonna catch him. You see how he's turning the handle? Alright, cheer him on to go, Brayden. Alright, Brayden, let's get down. Alright, hand me the rod. Can you pick it up? Pick it up all the way. Alright, now Brayden, can you grab the line? Yeah. Grab that line, buddy. Pull it down. Pull, pull, pull. Everybody's pulling. Blakely, are you helping?
Yeah, I got him. Help.
That's right, you gotta help. You gotta help. Brayden. Good job. Almost got him. I see him. Bring him up in here, buddy. Oh, there he is. And Blakely runs for the high country. Turn around, Brayden. There he is. Look, guys. Look what you caught. Remember those big teeth, Brayden. We're going to be careful. 2 fish on, one for you and for Blakely. We got one right there.
No, there's a big one right over there.
That's a planer. All right, you know what to do. Okay, so once we get our bite, it's very important that you want nice and steady, guys, okay? We don't want to do any jerking or pulling too hard because the hook will come right out of the fish, okay? Oh, we got a mess. We got fish, we got tangles. Sometimes fishing ain't pretty, but as long as the fish gets in the boat, we'll deal with it. All right. There's one fish. Now Blakely's got to pull hers in the rest of the way. See, Blakely's in. Got a different kind of fish. Looky there. Look, Blakely. Look. Hey, you guys, look right here. Can you see him? Okay, that's called a bluefish. So this is a bluefish, and this is a Spanish mackerel. You caught the Spanish mackerel, and Blakely caught the bluefish. Good job, Blakely. And a lot of times we catch bluefish while we're Spanish mackerel fishing because they eat the same thing. This is just a little baby bluefish, so we'll let him go. You got it. Good job, guys.
No Limits Fishing is brought to you by... There's no better place than the one you call home. It's where memories are made and futures are planned. Doesn't your home deserve the right protection? Stop by or call Allstate agent Rusty Russ at 910-754-6596 to talk about home insurance today and let the good life in. As a business owner, it's important for you to understand what you're making and what you're spending. At First Bank, we believe education is key to any financial endeavor, and we pride ourselves in collaborating with businesses. Visit localfirstbank.com or stop by a branch for a free business banking review. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Marine Service Center of Little River, offering sales and service for Yamaha, Contender, Pathfinder, Hughes, Maverick, Carolina Skiff, and other top-of-the-line brands. Visit us online or off Highway 9 outside of Little River.
Fulford Heating and AC is a third-generation family-owned company going on our 40th year servicing Brunswick County. We have been voted Brunswick County's best HVAC company 5 years running and tops in customer service. Fulford Heating and AC has been selling warmer winters and cool summers since 1974. Now, back to more No Limits Fishing.
Got him on, Braden. This is a pretty big one, I think. Oh, look at him. All right, hop down. Hop down. You got to pull him in. This is a big one, buddy. This is a big one. Are you sure you can get him?
Yeah.
All right, pull on that line. Here, Blakely, will you hold the rod? You hold the rod for Braden. Okay. All right, Braden, pull that line in. I'm telling you, this is a big one. This is a big one. Pull. Pull. Pull.
Oh, that's...
Whoa! Hey, guys, talk about chance encounters. This is a really good opportunity to learn.
That's just a mackerel. Oh, Dad, that is big one.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, Spanish mackerel.
No, it's not a Spanish mackerel. This is a baby king mackerel. A little baby king mackerel. Well, there's a couple.
He looks like a king mackerel.
He looks like a Spanish mackerel, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at him for a minute. Let's look at him. Can you tell me what looks different on this one than the Spanish mackerel?
Yeah.
See that? Little teeny spots. They're not as bright.
It's a big one.
But what I also want you to see is look right here. Do you see this line on the fish right here?
Yeah.
See how it's nice and straight on the Spanish mackerel? Look on the king mackerel right here. Do you see it goes here? And then can you see how it turns way down right here? See, it goes way down into the white. And that's called his lateral line. And that's how you can always tell the lateral line on a king mackerel dips way down.
Dad, can we keep him?
No, and that's why we have to know the difference, because king mackerel have to be bigger. They have to be 28 inches to keep. Spanish mackerel only have to be 12. What me and you need to do, and Blakely and Barrett, we need to let this fish go. And one day, maybe we can catch it and win the Jollymon King Mackerel tournament with it. Yeah?
Daddy.
All right, so we better get him back in the water so he lives. Let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. What a great job. Hey guys, what do you say we head back to the dock? We caught lots of fish. Did you have a good time, Braden?
Yeah.
Blakely, did you have a good time? Yeah, can you give me a high five on that? Any chance? Will you give me one, Braden? Oh yeah, all right, good job.
Well, that was a perfect beginner's trip for Blakely, her first trip. Braden's an old experienced salt, so that was nothing for him, but you know, we went out there, spent a couple hours this morning, caught Spanish mackerel, king mackerel, bluefish. Couldn't have been better.
Yeah, this is a great introduction fishery for kids. It just can't be much better. One thing is, as adults and seasoned fishermen, that you know, that we have to be aware of is with our children, is that when we take our kids fishing, we need to consider what makes them happy and not what makes us happy. And taking your kids out there to try to catch, you know, tournament-winning king mackerel or blue marlin or, you know, mystical giant fish, you know, that oftentimes you don't have success with, can lead to your kids getting bored, you know, and it's not a good way to get them started. To get them started, you want to keep them involved in the action.
That's right, and you know, also just staying close to shore, it gives Mama a good feeling too. That,
Yeah.
She can reach the babies, but you know, the kids had fun. Now the adults are going to get to enjoy some of this too. This good eating Spanish mackerel.
That's right. We'll clean them up and eat them, and look forward to our next adventure together. But
Daddy,
yeah,
this is the biggest one.
is that the biggest one? Did you have a fun time today? Blakely, did you have a fun time? Yeah. Thank you guys for going with us. Let's go again sometime.
Good job, guys.
All right, final piece of the puzzle is cleaning your fish, your Spanish mackerel. Super easy, one of the easiest fish to clean. They do not have scales, no scales at all. So there's no point in trying to skin them or get the scales off. All you need is just a good sharp fillet knife. You come in right here behind the fin, you cut down till you hit the bone, you turn the knife, and you just simply run the knife right down the backbone. I'm applying a little bit of downward pressure, and you get a nice fillet just like that. Then all that you have to do here is just trim the stomach bones away, and there you have it, a nice beautiful piece of meat. You can fry this meat. You can put it on, if you fry it, I actually like to eat the skin, but either way, if you broil it, fry it, grill it, whenever you eat it, the meat will come right off of the skin. So there's no point in really trying to pull that off of there. You just eat it right off of there, and exceptionally good eating fish right there, just that simple. Well, that was really an enjoyable experience. I'm glad you got to come fishing with us. I'm really glad that you got to bring your daughter, Blakely. If I'm not mistaken, was that her first fishing trip?
That was Blakely's first fishing trip, and it couldn't have gone any better. You know, we didn't go very far offshore. The weather was beautiful. She had her comrade and teammate and guidesman, Braden, to help her along, and man, I was tickled with it. It went perfect.
Yeah. The one thing that you know, as a father, and I'm a father, you're a father, and my children are 9 years and 4 years, and you're a few years behind me, and you know, I reflect back on us growing up and how our father encouraged us to, you know, to go fish, or took us fishing, encouraged us to be a part of the sport, and you know, certainly it has influenced my life and your life greatly. And I have been very adamant in trying to give my children the opportunity, and there is nothing more enjoyable for me to see than my kids having fun and enjoying fishing. And as you can tell, Braden, he's a fishing monster.
He's ate up with it, and he's a terror on the boat one way or another, to the fish or to the boat itself. But he has he's awesome on the boat, and I'm glad it all worked out. But you know, I guess the good news is that we did actually catch some fish too.
We did. Yep. The Spanish fishing is good. Spanish mackerel are a really important fish to our area here. I would argue probably one of the most important fish, probably Spanish mackerel and king mackerel. And they are very accessible. to almost any size boat. As you can see from the show, we weren't but just a half a mile or so offshore. So you get a pretty day. You see guys out there in, you know, john boats, bass boats. Heck, I see pontoon boats out there. And so they're easy to get to. And then catching them,
yeah, it's not a big deal either. It's pretty simple fishing. And what I like, another important thing about Spanish mackerel, we talk about how important they are kind of like a signal for all the other fish in the area too. It's you know, it's the food chain. The glass minnows come, the Spanish mackerel follow the glass minnows, king mackerel follow the Spanish mackerel, and so it's just a, you know, it gives us a good indication of what's going on. You know, it means your water is, you know, the right temperature, the clarity, everything. So Spanish mackerel, like you said, very important fish, and
they're going to be here really. I mean, from May until October, even November, we see Spanish, so they're very accessible. Not to mention, really good to eat.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Just a really important, good fish all around here.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, we didn't. You know, obviously this show was based on taking the kids and Spanish mackerel fishing, but there's, you know, obviously a lot of other stuff going on as well right now. And you know, we're here in midsummer, and everything is kind of settled into its summertime pattern. Our king mackerel are probably our #1 targeted species right now. And you know, we're catching lots of king mackerels in that 50 to 70 foot depth range.
That's right. Yep. The typical summertime stuff is that we call it 65 foot. That's what we call the magic depth. And that has started happening here. And you know, since we're talking about king mackerel, we'll reflect back a little bit. The show that we aired just prior to this, we were talking about the Jollyman King Classic Fishing Tournament. Well, I'm the tournament director, and it came time to have the tournament, and the weather report really was very bad. It's a kids event, and so I made the very tough call with the help of you and family, you know, the tournament committee, that we decided to postpone the tournament. So it actually has not occurred. And so next show, next show, you'll get a full Jollyman report on what happened and who are the winners and what got caught where. So that's going on. But the good news is, back to the king mackerel, they're out there and they're biting and they're where they should be, so the guys fishing the tournament will be able to find them. Exactly.
This is, like we said, typical summertime pattern. These fish are in 65 foot depth. You know, you can go out to almost any of these spots out here. Some of the spots people may be familiar with, the Shark Hole or the Jungle, Christina's Ledge. These are all good places where the king mackerel are at right now. But don't be surprised when you're king mackerel fishing. These cobia, I swear, they won't leave us alone. They are still here in good numbers, and we're thankful for it.
Continuing to see a lot of cobia. The charter boats coming in here to the fishing center every day. I mean, they're bringing in multiple fish. And you know what we're also seeing, though, is mahi. And it's typical for this time of year. The water heats up near shore. The Gulf Stream, instead of being, you know, this river of warm water, really the water all around it becomes the same temperature. So those mahi that are migrating up through the Gulf Stream, they sort of filter out of the stream, and they're just chasing food, really. And the month, you know, really late June through in the month of July, oftentimes when we call it king mackerel fishing, but really we're fishing for whatever bites, right? You know, we'll see those mahi and catch, you know, 1 or 2 mahi usually. They're not usually really big fish, but, you know, 5 to 15 pounds is pretty good. And I mean, this is a time of year when you can go catch a mahi, a king, and a cobia, which we sort of call that the near shore slam. In the same trip.
That's right. We're adding some color to the box.
That's
what we like to say. But you know, moving forward for the rest of the summer here, you know, hopefully, I mean, I'm not complaining at all the way things are now. Hopefully, there's just more of the same. And you know, theoretically, that's what should happen as this water continues to stay warm. We keep the stable southwest wind. You know, everything should kind of stay right where it's at now. You know, knock on wood that we don't have a storm or something like that to mess this up. But you know, things are pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, this is honestly pretty typical. The water will get real clear. Things will feel all good. When a big storm comes, that's when everything gets shaken up. And you know, the longer we can keep that off, hopefully it'll stay nice and stable and good fishing. And we're hoping the guys in the Jollyman tear the fish up. Hopefully they'll do really well fishing close to shore, so any size boat can catch fish. And next week, we will give the reports to the 2014 Jollyman King Classic.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it.